Good morning, everybody. It's another episode of Intellectually Honest, unedited, uncut. We're going to get right into it. Before we get started, y'all know the deal. Go ahead and do all that flash the YouTube algorithm likes. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and most definitely hit that notification bell. That way you be notified every time I drop. And without further ado, we can go ahead and open up. So I saw the game last night. I saw the game last night. And I got some takeaways from it. Lonzo Ball and the Chicago Bulls hosted Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Klay Thompson is out. Draymond Green is out. The Bulls are coming fresh off. Both teams actually are coming fresh off of getting crap beat down their legs the game before. So what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. Of course, as always, I got the stats up. Although I wish I didn't. I wish that I did not have to go through these box scores, but somebody got to do it. So F it, I might as well do it. Let's go there and get into it. Out the gate, Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic. I can't even really say much about Vucevic in this game. He had a pretty solid game. Actually, if this was a victory, I'd say Vooch had an amazing game. Let's get into it. 19 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks. 69.2% from the field, and he even hit a 3 tonight. So not a bad game by Vooch at all. Only 2 turnovers. Can't hate on it. The thing with Vucevic, though, is on this squad, he doesn't seem to have a real big impact on anything. Like, he had 3 blocks. I didn't even realize he had 3 blocks. Because, the Warriors were getting everything they wanted. In the paint, outside the paint. Where were these blocks? I didn't see him. I didn't know he had 19 points. It's like it amounted to nothing. But I'm not going to hate. I don't hate anyway, but I'm not going to trash him because he did have a solid game. Good game, Vooch. Moving on. DeMar DeRozan. 17 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, no blocks, no block attempts, 50% from the field, 0% from 3. He did not attempt the 3. And 7 out of 7 from the free throw line. And he had the worst plus minus in the starting lineup. Actually, he had the worst plus minus on the team. Now, I'm gonna go more in depth with DeMar DeRozan and his play style, because I told y'all in the last video what it was, and I saw a lot of comments. I saw a few comments and a lot of other YouTubers who talk about basketball saying, "Oh, y'all overreacting. It's just one game." And I told y'all, don't write that crap off. It's not just one game. That's very telling of the. Anyway, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna get to that in my takeaways. Stick around for my takeaways. We're gonna get into that. So moving on, Troy Brown Jr. played 27 minutes, as far as I can tell. He just wanted to get some cardio in because he had 0 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, no steals, no blocks, no block attempts. He only took 3 shots, didn't hit any of them. Only took, geez, dude. I could have put up Troy Brown Jr. Stat line. Lonzo Ball, the number 1 son, the reason why we're here. 15 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, no steals, no blocks. 41% from the field, 40% from 3, and 5 turnovers. Lonzo Ball filled up the turnover stat like I never seen him do. So not really a great game by the number 1 son either. And like I said, I feel bad for Lonzo because, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. So the takeaways, save it for the takeaways, Joe. Zach LaVine played 3.5 minutes. He didn't record much stats, but if you watch the game, he went out with an injury. And that's about that. Kobe White, I'm not even gonna get into Kobe White. I see people saying Kobe White had a good game. Kobe White got most of those buckets in garbage time. Let's keep it a stack. I watched that game. Kobe White wasn't doing nothing impactful to stop the bleeding when the Bulls was getting beat down on the corner. He didn't do nothing. When the game was over, when everybody done left, then he want to get buckets. So nah, I'm not giving him that. And then he only hit 2 out of 9 threes. I'm not giving him that. So yeah, everybody played like trash. And that's pretty much the sum of it. First takeaway is, I told y'all not to write this off. I told the loss to the Brooklyn Nets, I told y'all not to write that off. That was not, I got a lot of people saying, oh, it's just the one-off. It's just, y'all don't overreact, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what it is about NBA fans, but 1 minute we can act like we got it all figured out. We know the most efficient way to play basketball, blah, blah, blah. But then once all it takes is a little shift in narrative and we forget how the game works, right? Everybody here who's watched NBA basketball for any meaningful amount of time know that it's about pace and space. The Spurs dominated because they had pace and space. The Warriors, when they had their run, pace and space. The Celtics, pace and space. Even the big three Celtics, pace and space. It's always about, the game doesn't change. You got one-offs. Kobe Bryant is a one-off. You know what I'm saying? Kobe Bryant without Shaq is a one-off. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a Herculean type effort with a team full of like marginal stars like Pau Gasol. But for the most part, you better be moving that rock and pushing that pace. The Bulls do not do that. That ball lands in DeRozan's hands and DeRozan going up with it. It don't matter if the whole team is on him. So what I took, the first takeaway from last night's game is that the Bulls' bad basketball is finally catching up with them. That's what it is. The bad basketball they've been playing all year, that they've been getting away with because they got one of the most talented rosters in the league, that bad basketball is starting to catch up with them. Teams are starting to guard the mid-range. You got to think, teams have kind of moved away from guarding the mid-range, so DeMar DeRozan can kind of do his thing. And a lot of people ain't really prepared to deal with that. But now that they know that that's the Bulls' main course, that's their main diet, they're gonna take that crap away. And after that, then what? That your turn, my turn, that style, it doesn't work. It never has worked. No level has that worked. That like when I don't know if y'all remember when the Big Three Heat first got together, the Heatles, with LeBron and them guys, LeBron and Wade. LeBron and Wade used to came out the gate trying to do that your turn, my turn, because nobody wanted to say, hey, move the rock. No one say, hey, that's a bad shot. So they say, hey, it's your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. And they came out the gate trash. That team, the Heat, with LeBron, Wade, and Buck, they came out the gate trash. Because they playing isolation, your turn, my turn. And that's why it's fool's gold. I get it. It's cool to watch Zach LaVine and DeRozan make these impossible shots. But if you gonna look at me with a straight face and tell me that you gonna ride that, DeMar DeRozan and Vucevic DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine taking difficult shots, you gonna ride that all the way to the championship, you are bugging with a capital B. Look. And I'm gonna end this takeaway here. Unless the Bulls, I know defense is a major issue, and I'm gonna touch on that. Defense is a major issue with the Bulls, specifically the pick and roll defense. But their offense runs the risk of stagnating every night as long as you're just relying on DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine to take their man off the dribble every single play. It's not gonna work. It didn't work for Carmelo Anthony. It didn't work for Tracy McGrady. It didn't work for Allen Iverson. It didn't work for Steve Francis. And it ain't going to work for DeRozan. That style does not work. Period. Unless your name is Kobe Bryant, unless DeMar DeRozan really got y'all fooled that he's Kobe Bryant, I don't see how you can be comfortable with this being how the Bulls play. Not when you got all this talent, when you got all this speed and athleticism on your team, and when you brought the roster together the goal or the plan was to run faster than you did last year, and you just went away from all of that just because DeMar DeRozan looks cool hitting difficult shots. That's not gonna get it done. We saw that in Toronto. They had it flames out in the playoffs. You can't trust DeRozan to do that for you, not consistently. But anyway, moving on. The Bulls need to get back. They need to get to what they really came to do. They need to do what they really came to do, which is push that pace and make some things happen in the open court. They need to do what they came to do. Stick to the plan. Billy Donovan, Lonzo, stick to the plan. Moving on. Speaking of Lonzo, that's my second takeaway. Lonzo, man, I feel sorry for Lonzo Ball. I don't know what it is. I feel like, maybe like I said, we keep wishing upon a star that he's gonna get assertive and tell DeRozan and Zach LaVine to chill the f out and play the right way. And then when that breaks down, then y'all can break down y'all man and all that stuff. But they need to be running at every opportunity they get. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And if they're not gonna listen to Billy Donovan, then they need to listen to Lonzo. And Lonzo need to make them listen. You know what I'm saying? Lonzo Ball, he's the only one been playing defense. I think I did see him kind of like say something to DeMar DeRozan about his defense, which that's a good sign. He's starting to get, maybe the more frustrated he gets, you'll start to see his more alpha mentality come out and kind of get everything sorted out and straightened out. But Lonzo has to solidify his position as the leader of this team. Period. That's it. That's it. He has to solidify his position. I mean, I get it. He strikes me as a real cool guy. He don't want to ruffle any feathers, yada yada yada. But sometimes you gotta break a few eggs to make the omelet. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Lonzo Ball needs to solidify his position. Billy Donovan needs to solidify his position. Like, who running this team? You or DeRozan? You or Zach? You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on? What's the plan here? Because as we saw last night, when they get punched in their mouth, the Bulls don't have a plan. They go back to, I'm DeMar DeRozan, I'm jacking up everything. I'm Zach LaVine, I got to jack up everything because DeRozan jacking up everything and I want to get my shots. I'm Lonzo Ball. Well, since y'all jacking up everything, I'm just going to stand in the corner. Y'all pass it to me if y'all want. Oh, crap, I got the ball. Too bad, I'm cold. Brick. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on. Takeaway number 3. The Bulls defense, and I touched on the defense with Lonzo Ball being the only one playing defense. The Bulls defense is their calling card. And I think that if there's any part of the game that I don't want to overreact to, is the defense. I don't want to react to these big leads being blown because, like I said, the real key pieces they're missing are defensively. When Alex Caruso comes back, him and Lonzo can get back to being that dynamic duo on defense, along with Javonte Green, and and maybe then they can kind of put a stop to these blowout wins. But I think that their defense is their calling card. I don't think that you can consistently rely on this team just putting up crazy numbers and outscoring the other team, just straight up outscoring. So the defense is going to be what this team needs to lean on. And in order to do that, Zach LaVine, Vucevic, DeRozan, they're all going to have to commit. Because right now, like I said, Vucevic is straight liability on defense. Straight up. The Bulls need to make a trade. They gotta make a trade. They need a power forward or something. They need somebody to come in here, shake up this roster, add some grit, some toughness, for when Vucevic start getting pushed around, they can kind of like come and save the day, save Vooch down low. Like I said, Caruso and Lonzo can kind of save DeRozan and LaVine up front. But yeah, man. Like I said, like I told you in the last game, after the last video, don't write this off. This was not a one-off. That Brooklyn Nets game, that's a sign of things to come. They lost to Miami. They lost to the Sixers. They lost to like all the teams that they're gonna have to see. Hello, they got my Celtics tonight. They played my Celtics tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics ran them off the floor. And we don't beat nobody. So, yeah, I mean, it's not looking good, man. If they lose tonight, then it's panic time. I don't care. I don't care if they're still top of the East. If they lose tonight, after coming out and showing the way they showed these previous 2 games, they come out tonight lackluster and get ran off the court by the Celtics? My Celtics? With Jason Tatum and his inconsistent... No, it's panic time. It's panic time. Let's go. The Bulls need to get back. It's time for the get back. It's time for the get back. You know, let me know in the comments. I wasn't tripping. DeMar DeRozan is not that dude that y'all think he is. I was talking to some guys in the comments a couple videos back. First of all, I can't remember which video it was, and I said Curry was my MVP, and last night it showed. Because Curry is a better scorer than DeMar DeRozan ever dreamt about being. But Curry isn't. I gotta break down my man. Everybody clear out the floor. I gotta break down. He isn't that. Curry's gonna make Let's look at the spread for the Warriors real quick. Curry had 19. Jordan Poole had 22. Andrew Wiggins had 21. Curry had 19. Looney had 10 and 12. Otto Porter had 9, 7, 6, and 5. Look, everybody's doing Damian Lee 11. Kuminga. Who's Kuminga? 25 points. Like, everybody's a threat. Everybody's a threat. Then that's the way the Bulls need to play. It can't just be one guy, man. It cannot just be one guy. It can't just be 2 guys. It can't just be Zach and DeMar. I said at the beginning of the season, that style only benefits those 2 players. So that's about it. I'm gonna be tapped in tonight too, man. Hopefully they have a better showing. But like I said, this is not looking good. The Bulls are not just getting embarrassed. I think they're getting exposed. I think DeMar DeRozan's getting exposed. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. If y'all think I'm still overreacting after this game, and I'll get active down there with y'all. Y'all know how I am. I'm active in the comments. So that's about it, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I drop. It's another episode of Intellectually Honest in the books.